Good morning. Good morning, boys and girls. How did everybody have a phenomenal Friday, right? Faith Your Fears Friday. Today, on Something to Smile About Saturday, I don't have a 10-minute limit like I do during the week. So today we might even slow it down just a little bit because this episode is going to be perfect. I mean, perfect. And today on Something to Smile About Saturday, I want to welcome all you cool kids up and running this morning or up and going this morning. Appreciate you, love you. Thank you for joining us today, guys. You know, today on Something to Smile Saturday is not the day for me to try to sell you coaching, upsell you, try to recruit you. It's just giving you a good, heartwarming story, and it comes right out of the book by the same title, Something to Smile About Saturday. This is episode number 26. Can y'all believe that? 26 weeks ago, about half a year. No. Is it? No. 26? No, that can't be right. 52, 26. Oh, my goodness. It is. Wow, guys, we're moving right along, guys. No, that still can't be right. I'm going to look it up. I think it's 20. I think it's 22. Anybody know? Anybody keeping up? I'll go in there. I'll figure it out how much it is. But today, guys, we are looking at, as the title says up there, motivation, manipulation, and leadership. Are you a motivator or a manipulator? The difference, if you don't know, can shape your relationships, your career, and your legacy, guys. So today we're going to unpack how true leadership inspires and how not only true leadership inspires action for mutual benefit while avoiding the pitfalls of manipulation, guys. So stay tuned because today, right, it says that the word motivation is often confused with manipulation. Motivation occurs when you persuade others to take action in their own best interest. Things such as people preparing their homework, accepting responsibility for their performance, and finishing their education as a result of motivation. Manipulation is persuading others to take action that is primarily for your benefit, boys and girls. So you don't want to do that, okay? Things such as selling an inferior product at an inflated price and working people overtime with no extra pay are examples of manipulation. Manipulation distracts the individual doing the manipulating. So word gets out on manipulators, check this out, and people grow less and less likely to respond in a positive manner to their manipulation. And not only that, but the productivity declines. Can you believe that? Leadership occurs when you persuade a person to take an action that is in your best interest, that is in both your best interest. Dwight Eisenhower said that leadership was the ability to persuade someone to do what you wanted him to do because he wanted to do it. When that happens, performance improves, productivity increases, and both parties win, right? That's that Stephen Covey win-win. Comparing motivation to manipulation is like comparing kindness to deceit. The difference is the intent of the person. Motivation will cause people to act out of free choice and desire, while manipulation often results in forced compliance, right? Thomas Carlyle said, a great man shows his greatness by the way he treats the little man. The value you place in people determines whether you are a motivator or a manipulator. Motivation is moving together for mutual advantage. Manipulation is persuading or even subtly coercing people to do something so that you win and they lose. With the motivator, everybody wins. With the manipulator, only the manipulator wins. And to that, I might add that the victory is temporary and the price is prohibitive. So leaders and motivators are winners. Manipulators are losers who produce resentment and discord. Become a motivator. Lead your people and don't manipulate them, guys. Right? So here's the lesson. What's the lesson? The lesson simply states that motivation and manipulation might look similar on the surface, but their foundations could not be more different. Motivation is rooted in persuading others to act on their own interest, while manipulation, on the other hand, benefits the manipulator and often is unethical and temporary, right? Mr. Ziglar said that with integrity, you have nothing to fear because you have nothing to hide. You know, we like to quote scripture around here, in Proverbs 27:17 says it like this: as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. You want an example? Think about it. Think about the difference between encouraging someone to pursue their goals versus coercing them to act against their own best interest, right? One builds trust, the other one does not. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you understand and you know that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if you really wanted to get down to it, people do business with people. So don't worry about all this AI stuff and all these things. The machines are taking over. That's a movie, The Terminator. Yes, there's some advancements. Yes, there's some stuff coming on. But at the end of the day, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust, guys. And so what's going to happen here is that greatness is shown, right? The true leaders understand, right? Dwight Eisenhower's quote that we were talking about earlier is that persuading someone to do what they want to do because they want to do it, that's leadership. Leadership gets us that. And so leadership thrives on mutual benefit where everyone wins, while manipulation breeds resentment and discord, right? Thomas Carlyle, we talked about what he did. Greatness is shown in how you treat the little man. You know, how you treat that person that can't do anything for you in return, guys. And so Philippians 2:4 says, let each of you look not only at his own interest, but also to the interest of others, right? I think it's in Proverbs that says that if it's within your ability to do good, you should not withhold the ability to do good to them if it's within your power to do so, or something like that. So think about it, guys, because here's the challenge. I want you to reflect on your own leadership style. We're all leaders, right? If you're not a leader, you can become one. Hang out with us for a little bit. But it's all a mindset. And so are you inspiring action through motivation or unintentionally crossing the line into manipulation? You have to understand the difference, guys. You don't want to be a narcissist. You don't want to go out there and manipulate people, because the methodology is really simple. Think about this. You know, these are the steps to motivation leadership, or I would even say inspiration leadership. Number one is you got to value people. That is probably one of your greatest resources, and your ability. Even John Maxwell talked about how leadership is influencing people positively. And so value people, see them as partners, not as tools. You know, number two, align your goals. Make sure your goals are in alignment, so that you're able to create a win-win, right? Create that mutual benefit that everyone wins. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. And then you want to build trust. Build trust is so huge, right? Remember that story that Mr. Ziglar talked about, the boy that was following these three characters into the woods, right? One was water, one was fire, and one was trust. And the water said, well, if I lose you, how can I find you? The fire says, hey, just where you see smoke, you'll find me. Where there's smoke, there's fire. The water said that, hey, anywhere you look where it's real green and real lush, that's where you're going to be able to find me, because I'm going to be nurturing. I'm going to be feeding everything. Trust said, you better not lose me, boy, because if you lose me, you won't ever get me back. So that's why trust is such a big deal. That's my version of it anyway. And Mr. Ziglar did say, lead by example and maintain transparency, right? That's that whole quote that he built his whole career on, right? You can have, you watching right now live or on the replay, you can have everything in life you want if, that's right, conditional, if you'll help enough other people get what you want. I was on a phone call with Tom Ziglar this week, and we were talking about the 5 questions built into that one quote, right? Number 1 is, what do you want? You can have everything in life you want if you'll help enough other people get what they want. What do you want? Number 2, why do you want it? 3, what do they want? How can you help them find what they're looking for? And the 5th one is, how are you going to help them get that? And so there's a lot of things that you can do to help them be more, do more, so that they can create more, so that they can have more. It's all a process. It's a system. And so Luke 6:3 says, do to others as you would have them do unto you, right? That's the golden rule. And I understand, if you've been to some of my workshops, you understand that we teach the platinum rule: do unto others as they would have them, as they would want you to do unto them. Because a lot of times when we talk about the 4 dominant personalities, and this guy is a high D personality, and you try to treat them the way you would a high I personality, it might not go so well. And so today on Something to Smile About Saturday, knowing the difference between manipulation and motivation, I want you to write down one way that you can motivate your team, your family, or your community this week by aligning their goals with yours. We call it dream alignment, but what about just alignment, period? Goal alignment. We like to share fun facts around here, and Pedro came up with a really good one today. He says, did you know that the first documented leadership lesson came from Moses? Yeah, that Moses. Leading millions of people through the desert required unparalleled integrity, right? And so what's going to happen, you have to have that that integrity, the motivation, and the trust to be able to lead that many people. Now, I get it. They got to the Red Sea and they're like, oh, you brought us out here to die. They didn't know that God was about to show up and show out, just like he will for you. The same God yesterday, today, and forever. So cool kids, hey, your call to action today is just simply this, right? Take a moment today and just simply reflect on your leadership style, and share one way that you're going to motivate others around you and commit to inspiring action with integrity, guys. You know, the mindset is just that motivation builds trust and manipulation destroys it. The motivation is to lead for mutual benefit, right? Make it a mutually beneficial relationship, guys, not a personal gain, not a win-lose or a lose-win or a lose-lose, or you want to make it a win-win. And then the methodology is simply value people, align your goals, and lead with transparency, right? Go Brene Brown, be vulnerable, and put yourself out there, guys, knowing that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Guys, hopefully this has been giving you something to smile about today on this cool Saturday. You guys saw it was a pretty rough day yesterday for some of them. I see the social media posts. I see it all. Unfortunately, you know, we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. So love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, let's come back here on TGIMM Motivational Monday, and let's get this next week kick started, guys. Again, here we are, December 11th, 12th, Monday's the 13th. Oh, my goodness. We're almost halfway through the month of the first month of the year. You better get these goals going. We're going to try to come up with a workshop for you guys for the seven-step Ziglar goal setting formula. So, hey, hang tight or stay tuned. We will see you guys then.